Brawl Stars is getting a massive update for just 1 month. All of the content you're going to see in today's sneak peek and probably the next couple sneak peeks are just 1 month's worth of updates. So there's actually a lot of good stuff here. Now in today's video, we are going to be covering balance changes, quality of life improvements, including quests and XP doublers being actually good now, a better look at exactly how card packs work in Upside Showdown, and they're actually pretty cool. We'll take a deeper look of Upside Showdown as well as Hawkins Hunt and some other stuff, but we're gonna start off with 77 balance changes. Okay, that includes 22 buffs, 17 nerfs, 13 additional changes to brawlers like reworks and stuff like that, and then 25 Brawl Arena changes. Oh, it's so much. And I'm just gonna tell you now, yes, we are seeing some pretty massive nerfs to the overpowered brawlers that are just wrecking havoc. Ollie, Kenji, Jaeyoung, Mina, Cordelius, Bonnie, and Draco. It's so good. Let's start off with some buffs though. Pearl's getting a buff to how quickly her heat generates. It's increasing by 8%, so she's gonna have more damage output, more frequent charging of her supers, and this should also help her, both of her star powers actually become relevant. Maisie is getting a 3% buff to her health. At max level, it's increasing from 7,200 health to 7,400 health. This is a pretty small buff, but it is going to change some key interactions between her and a few brawlers. Surge is getting a buff to his Power Surge gadget. That's this gadget right here that increases his level by 1 stage for 10 seconds. And its cooldown is decreasing from 15 seconds to 13 seconds, so you're gonna have it available 2 seconds faster. Pam is getting a buff, not what you were expecting, but it is a buff. It's actually a 10% buff to the health of her turret. At max level, it's increasing from 5,600 health to 6,080 health. This isn't a huge change to Pam, but the fact that she's also getting a Hypercharge, which I'll show more of that in another sneak peek, means that I actually think she's gonna be pretty good in the new meta. Max is getting 2 buffs. First is a buff to how quickly her Hypercharge charges. It will now charge 28% faster than before, which is actually going to put her on the pro scene if you ask me. Additionally, she's getting a buff to her Sneaky Sneakers gadget, which teleports her back to her previous location. Its cooldown is decreasing from 10 seconds to 8 seconds, which is one of the fastest cooldowns across all of gadgets. Poco is getting 2 buffs. His health is getting a 3% buff from 7,400 to 7,600 total health, and his Da Capo star power, which makes his attacks heal his teammates, is getting a 3% buff to his healing as well. This is not a huge change, but with these two together, hopefully it'll make him a little bit more competitive. Penny is getting a 6% buff to how quickly her turret attacks. This means that it will be firing more frequently, making it a bit harder to avoid taking damage from multiple shots. Melody is getting a 3% buff to her health as well. At max level, it's increasing from 7,200 health to 7,400 health. I don't think this is going to change Melody that much, but she's kind of like a close range damage dealer, and so this should make her a little bit less squishy. Colette is getting a 3% buff to her health as well. At max level, her health is increasing from 6,800 to 7,000 health. Sam is getting a 25% buff to the amount of damage that he does when his gloves are off. That means he's going to be a little bit less weak without them, but that's not his only buff. To match this change, his super charge rate is also getting a 25% buff when his gloves are off, which when he has them on, he has his super automatically charged. So anyway, the point is you'll now only require 8 hits to fully charge your super back up. Oh my gosh. Edgar is getting a buff to both of his star powers. First of all, we have his Fisticuffs star power is getting a 20% buff to the amount of healing that it does. So now it will heal more for the damage that he deals. Also, his hard landing star power is getting a 10% buff to how much damage it does when Edgar lands on enemies with his supers. I'm not convinced that either of these are enough to make Edgar like actually really competitive on the pro scene, but I do think he's gonna be slightly better now. Rosa is getting a huge buff to her Plant Life star power. That's the one where she heals whenever she's standing in the bushes, and that healing is increasing from 300 HP per second to 400 HP per second. That is a 33% buff to its effectiveness, and I don't know how much this is actually going to change for her, but it's definitely going to make her more difficult to take out when she's hiding in the bushes. Ash is getting 2 buffs. First is a 4% buff to his health from 10,800 health to 11,200 health, and for a tanky brawler, that's actually pretty significant. Like, that's good. But his Chill Pill gadget is also getting a 4% buff to how much healing that it can do, which means that now Ash has the 4th highest health in the game. Nani is getting 2 buffs. First is an 8% buff to her attack damage. That is a big damage buff to a brawler who can already deal a lot of damage. In addition, her autofocus star power, which increases the amount of damage that she can do in her super is also getting an 8% buff. So her maximum damage potential just shot up significantly. Trunk is getting a 7% buff to how much damage Trunk does inside their circle. So in other words, the minimum damage is increasing, but the maximum damage on the outer ring is not changing. I don't know about you guys. I don't think that Trunk is very good. I think they suck pretty bad. And I don't think this is going to change anything for Trunk. So we'll have to see. Stu is getting a 16% buff to how quickly he charges his Hypercharge. When Stu's Hypercharge came out, it was just so strong and way too easy to charge. Then they nerfed it and it was way too hard to charge. Now, hopefully it should be balanced as all things should be. Gale's supercharge rate is getting a 16% buff. If 3 snowballs hit an enemy each time, this means he's going to be able to charge his super with 1 less ammo. So this is going to make his super a bit easier to charge up, but Gale's always one balance change from either being completely worthless or game-breaking OP, so I don't know, we'll see what this does. El Primo is getting a supercharge rework. First of all, his super is going to charge 8% faster from regular attacks, but he's getting a small nerf to how much his super recharges. Overall, this is going to make it a little bit easier for El Primo to charge his super up initially without having to hit multiple targets in order for him to recharge it with his super. Terra is getting a couple of changes. First of all, Terra's supercharge rate is getting a nerf by 20% from her regular attacks. It now requires 12 attacks or cards for her to hit, but her recharge rate from her super is getting a 47% buff. Still not a ton. What this means is that when Terra hits all of her cards like that, she's now just going to be 1 card away from recharging her super and being able to recycle her super. So if she hits 2 enemies just like that, and she's going to be able to recharge her super very easily. Okay, Ollie is getting 4 changes, much needed changes, and I'm so glad. Oh my gosh. Okay, first of all, his Hypercharge is going to charge 17% slower. Even against a lot of enemies right here, it's still going to take quite a while before you have it charged. Second though, his Hypercharge super is being reworked from a jump to a dash. So you cannot dodge enemy fire while you're dashing with a Hypercharge super. You also can't use it to jump over walls, which is so nice. Also, the Hypercharge dash will be slower and not have as much range compared to when it was a jump. And his second star power is getting a nerf. Okay, so when he uses his super, the decaying health shield that he gets is decreasing from 4,000 to 3,000 HP. Hopefully this makes Ollie more balanced because he was busted. Kenji was also busted, and he's also getting toned down. The change here is that his Hypercharge super will no longer actually teleport him. So you activate it, it will still pull, it would still deal damage, but he will be back to where he was when he used the Hypercharge super beforehand. Music to my ears. Speaking of music, Jae Young is getting 4 changes. First of all, the extra damage that he does from his first gadget, which increases how much damage he does, is being nerfed by 9%. So that's really nice. Additionally, his attack unload speed is decreasing. That means that he can't spam attacks quite as quickly as he used to be able to. Additionally, his time for a slow song gadget is getting 2 buffs. The slow duration is getting increased by 66%, and then the actual slow effectiveness is getting a buff by 50%. Those sound like big buffs, and I do think they're going to make his second gadget better, but I don't think they're going to be enough to make Jae Young like too strong, especially because he got some nerfs. But you never know, man. He's pretty good. Mina is getting 3 much needed nerfs, and I say that as somebody who's played a lot of Mina. She's good. First up is a 9% nerf to the damage from her third combo attack. Okay, at max level, it's decreasing from 4,400 damage to 4,000 damage. Additionally, her supercharge rate is increasing from 5 hits to 7 hits, which means that she's going to have her super up way less frequently. On top of that, her first star power, Zoom Zoom Zoom, which heals her whenever she deals damage with her third attack combo, is getting a nerf. It used to heal Mina against anything she could deal damage against, including things like the heist safe. But now it will only heal her when she deals damage to damaging characters. So the high safe will no longer be able to heal her. Lumi is getting a 9% nerf to her projectile speed. The recall effect is still going to be fast, but going out, it's going to be slower. So she's going to be just as good at dealing with close range enemies, but she's going to be weaker at a distance where enemies are going to have more time to dodge her attacks. Cordelius is getting a nerf to his first star power, combo shrooms. The additional damage his second mushroom deals is decreasing from 30% extra damage to 20% extra damage. So it's going from 2,080 damage to 1,920. This is still going to be a good star power, but it'll definitely decrease his total potential damage output. Bonnie is getting 2 nerfs. And as somebody who's been playing a lot of Bonnie, I'm a little sad, but these are good ones. Her supercharge rate is getting a 50% nerf, or a 66% nerf if you're using her supercharged gear. Whether or not you use her supercharged gear, the required shots for her to charge a super is increasing by 2 additional shots. On top of that, her hypercharge rate is being nerfed by 20%, so she's gonna have her hypercharge charged up way less frequently. Mr. P is getting a nerf to how quickly he charges his super by 33%. He'll now charge it in 8 hits instead of 6, which should make him less competitive in higher ranks while keeping him a pretty strong option in lower ranks. Draco is getting 2 nerfs to his super, thank goodness. While he's on his super dragon, his damage per second is getting a 12.5% nerf, making his dragon significantly less threatening. But on top of that, his movement speed buff that he gets when he's on his dragon is decreasing from a 20% buff to only a 15% movement speed buff. I actually think Draco will still have a place in the meta, but I don't think he's going to be nearly as overwhelming as he was. Sphinx is getting 2 nerfs. First of all, is a 14% nerf to how quickly he's able to charge his hypercharge. Second is a nerf to his first hieroglyphic star power. So the enemy reload speed debuff is decreasing from 30% debuff to 25% debuff. So they'll recharge their ammo a little bit faster. Kit is getting 3 solid nerfs. First of all, his hypercharge charge rate is getting a 25% nerf. Additionally, his supercharge rate is getting a 25% nerf, and his cardboard box gadget is getting a 15% nerf to its cooldown speed. So Kit won't be able to go invisible as frequently. He won't have his super or his hypercharge charged up as frequently either. And thank goodness, although honestly, I kind of wish that they would have also just nerfed his actual hypercharge, but you know, it's cool. We'll take what we can get. Byron is getting a 25% nerf to how quickly he's able to charge his hypercharge, and Kaze is getting a 33% nerf to how quickly she's able to charge her hypercharge. Oh man, that is a lot of balance changes, but we are not even done. Brawl Arena is also getting some balance changes, but I know that not everybody really cares about Brawl Arena balance changes, so I'm gonna quickly fly through them really quickly, and you can read the patch notes once they're out if you really care about the specifics. Now, first thing that you're gonna notice here is that the area where you have all of these bots charging up right here, that is summoning these bots significantly faster here in the jungle right here, okay? Something else you'll notice here is that before the update, these bots would not do anything to like Nita's bear, and now they will attack Nita's bear, and Nita's bear would be able to take them out. Very similar thing with other enemy minions and stuff like that. For this Kaiju summon, before you had 3 waves of bots that you had to kill. There was a set of 2 bots, a set of 4 bots, and then the Kaiju could spawn. They have removed the first wave requirements, so you're gonna be able to summon the Kaiju just after killing these 4 bots right in the center, and that's gonna be some nice juicy XP right off the bat as well if you're able to clear all 4 of them. This is gonna make it a lot more important for you to fight over the jungle at the very beginning of the match, and also make it so that there's a lot more XP to claim in the jungle throughout the match, because the summon time has been decreased, so you'll be summoning all of these bots a lot faster. Now, you will also get more XP from killing minions in the lane. That includes those elite minions like I just saw there, and then these regular minions that you see right there. And then we have the Kaiju, which is getting a health buff from 60,000 HP to 70,000 HP, making it a little bit harder to take them out. And then we have a bunch of balance changes to the stat buffs between brawler levels. So when you upgrade, you get stat buffs and stuff like that. Mina is getting a major nerf, and then the following brawlers are getting minor nerfs. We have Trunk, Cordelius, and Lily. And then the following brawlers are getting minor buffs in Brawl Arena: Amber, Charlie, Colette, Ali, Edgar, Eve, Kaze, and Meg. And those are the Brawl Arena changes. Look at that. I'm a star player against no opponents. Hooray! Now, we got improvements to daily progression. We've got other quality of life things that I really want to talk about, including some specifics that were not mentioned in Brawl Talk. But first, I want to cover the Stranger Things event, which I think is one of the coolest events that Brawl Stars has ever done. I know it's another event with special power-ups and stuff like that, but there is something special with this one. And genuinely, I hope that they make this into some sort of permanent game mode eventually, where you have side progression inside Brawl Stars for this alternate game mode that I love. With the Stranger Things collab, we have the Upside Showdown, where, okay, let's just show you how this works. Where you get to start a run with a specific brawler, okay? Everybody's gonna be able to have Shelly unlocked for free. And when the showdown match starts, oh, by the way, this is Showdown Plus, so you get additional trophies for kills. But when the showdown match starts, then it says Brawl Stars, which is cool. You have to choose between 3 different abilities, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and grab damage, and there's different rarities of abilities. Okay, there's a kill, so I got +2 trophies. Okay, we'll grab that. Thank you. +4 trophies. Now, your goal here is to be in the top 4. That was really easy. After you get into the top 4, then you could just run to the smoke if you want to. Oh, this actually looks really cool. But this is for trophies, so you probably don't want to run into the smoke. You probably want to try and get first. Now, those power-ups, you get to choose between 3 of them, and they have different rarities. There's epic, mythic, and legendary. Obviously, the higher rarities give you better buffs and stuff like that, but you actually might want to go with a lower rarity one because some of these abilities can stack on top of each other and give you really cool effects. Boom, first place, hooray. Now, when you get your first place victory, then you get stage 1 complete, gives you some bonus waffles. Oh, you also get an epic win, so more waffles, cool. These waffles are currency that you will use later on. Now, because I have Shelly selected and I'm now on stage 2, I actually can't swap to another brawler. If I try to do that, it says, oh, Shelly run started. So if I hit play, what happens here? Oh, finish your run with Shelly first. So you are locked to the brawler that you actually are playing. So, and that's interesting because each brawler has a specific card deck that you get abilities that could be potentially pulled from. And some of these abilities are different for the brawlers. Now, if you unlock a card deck for Shelly, all of these will be unlocked for you. It's not like what I thought where you would have to unlock individual cards specifically. Here's Draco's card deck that's a little bit different from Shelly's. And these abilities are specific for Draco, which is cool. The top 4 people of each showdown match get to move on to the next round. So I am now, oh, it's a different map now. Oh, it's telling the story of Stranger Things. That's cool. Okay, cool. Okay, so now everybody here already has one ability and I'm gonna go for more damage here, you know? That's what I'm gonna do. So everybody in this map actually has 2 different abilities. Oh, it looks like you can see the little card rarities underneath them so that you know that we both have like a legendary and an epic one. Oh, you made it. The next stage awaits. Okay, cool. That was close. Oh my gosh, they have the rainbow from the rainbow room. That's awesome. I am a little confused with where the middle is though. I guess the middle is the rainbow. Okay, cool. Now, since we were in the top 4, we get to move on to the next stage where we get to choose another ability right here. Projectile range +1. That's going to be interesting with Shelly. Let's try it. So, oh, okay. So it's kind of like her gadget. Honestly, that's kind of cool actually. But I want to show you something here. I'm just going to purposefully die. Oh, look. So first of all, you get to see what kind of cards and abilities the opponent actually had when they killed you with that. So it kind of like clears up any like confusion, like how do they do that? Well, now you know. But now I lost out on this 3rd stage, which means that if I want to continue, then I just get to go and try again. Do I get to earn waffles all over again? Can I just keep playing and keep earning waffles? Okay, let me see. I just won another match with Draco. Dude, it gave me waffles. I got stage 1 completed and it was okay, cool. So you can just keep on collecting waffles, I think. Oh my gosh, if that is actually true. Oh, that could be hype. Let me show you why that's hype. Okay, so those waffles are useful for you to unlock these card packs, okay? Now, there's a couple of things. So the Stranger Pack is just 1 card deck, okay? So if we just unlock this, then it will give you 1 card. This 1 card is a card for a brawler. It gives you Piper's card deck in this case, and now we have all the cards for Piper. So like Piper's ready to go. She's gonna be just as competitive as Shelly and Draco were, right? But that's all those waffles gave you. Oh, next pack offer is available in 33 minutes. Interesting. Okay, so there's a limit to how many packs you can unlock. Okay, what I was going to say is that this pack gives you 3 of them at a discount, but what you really want to go for are these because these have a chance for skins and they give you extra rewards. The best value for actual permanent progression is going to be this 3-pack right here. Each pack will give you a card deck along with 2 extra rewards, which can include the event skins. Okay, so let's see what I got here. Okay, cool. We got Ash's deck. We also got Fang's deck. And then we also have Lily's deck. Okay, cool. So now we can play with any one of those brawlers. And they all have their own passively charged super for Lily. Oh my gosh, that's ridiculous. Now on top of that, you also get other stuff. Bling, this is on an account that is completely maxed out and has everything. So like some of these may not be like super fancy looking or anything like that. Instead of bling, it could be like specific things or whatever. But you did see some coins and some power points in there, which is nice. So it looks like the goal is for you to collect as many waffles for you to be able to buy out all of these packs every day. So maybe you want to keep coming back frequently enough, but I'm pretty hyped. Now what I haven't done is actually completed a run. So let me do that and show you what happens. We got stay mounted after super until defeated. Okay. I'm just infinitely on my dragon. Dude, I'm just infinitely on my dragon. That is ridiculous. That is actually so funny. Okay, what's our next power up here? Oh, attack damage heals 25%. That's good. Okay, attack me, attack me. Dude, oh my gosh. Dude, Draco's gonna be so strong. This Grom can't do anything to me. I can just heal off of him. Dude. Okay, after 3 wins, we get another new map here. Damage gives 30% temporary shield. Oh my gosh. Wait, game start 100% charge super? That's broken. You just start out your super with Draco and then nobody can kill you because you're healing. Granted, I just realized they also have cards, abilities, and stuff like that. So it's not as easy as it seems. And this area looks so cool. Oh, so now we're in the underground, or the upside down, I mean. Okay, stage 5. Max health. You know what? We got healing. Let's go movement speed. I know that might seem silly because that was a legendary one, but you know, whatever. We start off with the super and we've got even more movement speed with Draco on his dragon, who's ridiculously fast. Oh my gosh. And I'm faster because of my my bush traveling, my speed gear. Oh, let's see the speed right here. Dude, you cannot escape from me. I fully recognize that I am playing against bots here, but I'm having fun, and that's what matters. Okay, but then we win, and that means we complete stage 5. Perfect run. Winner, winner, waffle dinner. Then you hit continue, and you can start again and keep playing, which is cool. But here's the thing. I actually did some research here. The notes that I have actually suggest that this is only available once a day. So you want to play enough to be able to unlock all of the packs. And, you know, if you don't want to continue playing to unlock these packs, it's not that big of a deal because the amount of resources that you can get from here, they're not huge. Aside from the skins, you're getting some, you know, pretty trivial resources. Like, let's just open one of these right here. And yeah, we got an M's card. Cool. And then we got this. Cool. And then it gives a couple of resources, just a little bit of power points, a little bit of power points. Probably not worth like grinding super hard, but worth it if you want to just have fun with the event and unlock as many of these characters as you possibly can. What am I going to get here? Oh, Larry and Laurie. Okay. Now, there's a good reason to want to play with these brawlers. Now, in addition to using these abilities inside the Upside Showdown, we also have this special boss fight right here. And this boss fight also has 5 stages and gets more and more difficult throughout it. But you get to utilize your card deck to get some upgrades as you go. Since I'm not playing with teammates and real people, I'm just going to skip past this to the highest level and show you what it looks like. I haven't faced this yet, so we'll have to see. Game start, 100% charge super at the beginning. That sounds great. We'll go with that. Okay, I've made it to the final stage, but this was using the developer build. I don't know what the fight is like at all. I've just skipped past it. So let's figure out this thing together. Keep in mind here as well that I'm playing with 2 bots. So I'm gonna lose here most likely, okay? That's just fine. Let's see what my final power up is going to be. Power Cube Party? What the heck does that mean? Okay. Okay. Oh, okay. What? Oh, they're both down. Whoa, 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 whoa. Please tell me that doesn't bounce. Ooh, no, 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 no. Okay, okay, okay. I have to stay alive. Why did I use my gadget that swaps attacks? That was stupid. It's just one projectile, probably deals a ton of damage. Okay, you cannot get sucked in with that. Dude, they both got just wrecked. Okay, dude, the audio cues and stuff like that are hardcore. Whoa. Okay. 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 I can't get in there. Dude, you have to dodge this stuff, obviously. Thank goodness for Power Cube Party. That almost sucked me in, dude. Dude, quit it. Quit chasing me. Oh my gosh. I can't tell if Vecna or the Demogorgon is more of a problem. Maybe I should focus. Oh, okay. Maybe I should focus on the Demogorgon. Dude, I can't run away from it. Okay, you gotta actually go in a circle, I think. Oh boy, okay, okay. No, please no. Okay. No, that hit me. He teleported to me. Demogorgon's so close to dying. Come on, die. Thank you. Okay, but he gets enraged in 17 seconds. There's no way I'm doing this with my 2 teammate bots that just keep dying. He's got half health left, dude. Yeah, this is no way. No. The audio is so great, though. I love it so much, dude. He goes God mode in 30 seconds. No. No, I'm stunned. No. Oh, man, dude, if it weren't for Power Cube Party, I wouldn't even gotten anywhere close to that. That was fun. Oh, no, what happens here? Do I have to restart? No. Yeah, you have to start over again. Dang it. Oh, that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited to see what kind of different crazy combos and stuff happen. Hopefully lots of people will get Power Cube Party because that's a good one. Now, we got some buffs to free-to-play progression. Honestly, everybody's progression, and this is just better than what it used to be. So a couple of things here. First of all, we've got quests, and these are new mega quests. So let's go ahead and see what these are. So how this works out is every single season, you are going to have 7 mega quests, with the final one being a Brawl Pass exclusive quest. So the way that it works is the first few you can see, and it's going to give you twice or 3 times the XP, but you get a bonus reward on top of it. So you get a legendary star drop for this one. You get some currency for these ones. You can actually swap. So you do have this game mode specific one right here, and you can use to swap and choose one of these other ones to be able to progress in, which is awesome. Having much more freedom in the way that you actually play is fantastic. Somebody might not like Showdown. Some people might not like Gem Grab, but here's the deal. If you progress a little bit in Showdown and then you decide, I don't want to do this Showdown one, I want to do something else, well, then you can swap to Gem Grab, but any progression that you earn before you swap gets eliminated, so you have to start all over again. But now that I've progressed to this next one, I can swap from here from defeat 40 enemies to a couple of other generic options, just doing damage, gaining trophies, winning battles. You can play the way that you want to play. And now that I have completed that one, obviously I'm using the developer build, you can see we can even swap right here. Swap to different options. Plus, look at this. Win 30 battles. Yes, winning 30 battles is twice as difficult as it is for you to win 15 battles with specific brawlers. But by being able to have these options, maybe you have under-leveled brawlers right here and you're not able, and you like don't want to play them. And maybe instead you just want to play Griff the whole time, 100%. You can play Griff 30 times instead of having to play under-leveled brawlers, right? 15 times. You get to choose how you progress, and I love this. Plus, you get big rewards for completing these mega quests. Now, once a season, you actually have an Omega quest, and these Omega quests give twice the XP from the mega quests and massive amounts of rewards. 20 star drops for this Omega quest. That's fantastic. One thing to note here is that if you progress through your mega quests too quickly, it will say, okay, wait, we don't need you to grind out all of your progression in the first 15 days, right? You have a little bit of time and then it prevents you. It's like, okay, this will unlock in a certain period of time, so you can't just complete them all on day 1. So they're even putting a little bit of like healthy limitations in there as well. This is absolutely massive for you being able to play the brawlers that you want to and in the game modes that you want to. Plus, you're getting boosted progression. So let me explain that really fast. You'll notice that something is actually missing here from the quests. There's no daily battle XP. So in regular Brawl Stars, you have this XP from battles. That's going away, and they're moving that XP into quests. And instead, it looks like this. But to make up for that, XP doublers are now going to work towards your quests. So you're going to be able to progress through the Brawl Pass significantly faster, especially if you have a lot of XP doublers. These are actually good now. Now, in my Brawl Talk recap, I actually talked a little bit about season quests and daily quests, and I mentioned that I believe that they were removing specific brawler quests and specific game mode quests from your season quests. That ended up being unfortunately false, but they did reduce the amount of play-specific brawlers and play-specific game mode quests throughout the season. The quest that you're seeing right here is under the old quest system, okay? And basically, I took and I counted how many season quests require you to play specific brawlers or how many require you to play specific game modes, and it came down to 87% of the season quests require you to play a specific way. Way fewer generic quests for you to play however you want to do. Now, what I did is on the developer build is I took that same amount of progression throughout the season and showed you this right here. This is the new quest that you're going to be able to see on the same day throughout the season. So what this means is that, yes, you are still actually going to see some season quests that require you to play specific brawlers and specific game modes. But instead of 87% of your quests requiring you to play a specific way, only 58% of the quests require you to play a specific way. So way fewer season quests are requiring you to play specific brawlers and specific game modes that you may not want to play, but it does get even better than that. Before the update, your daily quests were guaranteed to give you one generic quest and one quest that required you to play a specific brawler or specific game mode. And if you bought the Brawl Pass, you had a third quest that also required you to play a specific way or a game mode. Actually, the third one may have swapped between the two. I don't remember. The point is, daily quests require you to play specific brawlers and specific game modes. After the update, your daily quests are all generic. And this is every single day. You will be able to complete these with any brawlers in any game modes, including the Brawl Pass exclusive quest. That with the added fact that the mega quests are actually going to be able to allow you to swap to different game modes and brawlers, that is a huge win in my book. I know that this might seem like a really small thing, but the fact that we have more freedom, I think, is going to be the biggest single thing to make playing Brawl Stars every day a lot more enjoyable. So the question is this a free-to-play buff or a nerf, right? They did remove daily battle XP, but no, I've done the calculations, I've run the numbers. It's actually a buff to how much XP you get throughout a season. Because of the mega quests giving you insane fat stacks of XP right here, you actually should be able to get more progression, especially when you consider the fact that XP doublers are now going to work for all of your quests. It's just W after W after W. But we've got another W. Every single day, you used to have to get 8 wins for 3 rewards. Well, they are changing that now. You have 6 wins every day for 6 rewards. And every now and then, those 6 rewards do have a chance to be a lucky day like this where you get extra special rewards, okay? Regular star drops are going to be the most common rewards, but on top of regular star drops, you're also going to be able to get angelic and demonic star drops, also hypercharge star drops, sushi rolls, mega boxes, presents for special seasons, and then mega boxes will every now and then be a possibility as well. Also, like in special events like this where you have these waffles, then sometimes those rewards will just be waffles or event currency or like stuff like that. They're giving us more rewards, faster progression, the freedom to be able to progress how we want to. Like I said, it's win after win after win. Now they're also doing some matchmaking changes. I don't really know how to just show you matchmaking changes, so I'm just gonna talk about it. Matchmaking is now going to consider 2 factors. It's no longer just total trophies. It's no longer the amount of trophies that you have for your brawlers. It's going to be kind of a little bit of a mix of both in order to try and make matchmaking just better for everyone. So here's how it works. The higher your brawlers trophies are, the more matchmaking is going to be based off of your brawlers trophies. But the lower your brawlers trophies are, the more your overall total trophies will actually impact matchmaking. So if you are a longtime player who just unlocked a brand new brawler, guess what? You're going to be face off against other players who also have a similar total trophy count to you. But if you're a brand new player and you unlocked a brand new brawler, then you're more likely to be face off against other people who are very new to the game and also just unlocked a brand new brawler. This is better protection for newer players and is more likely to give fairer matchmaking to high skill players. My one concern is that, like, you know, that situation when you unlock a brand new brawler and you're trying to put your resources into it, but you don't have the resources to upgrade that brawler. Yeah, in that situation, you're likely going to be facing other people that have maxed out brawlers, and so that's gonna suck. And I think that Supercell needs to do something to address that, but I will share my thoughts on that in another video. That is everything I'm able to show you in this video. A lot of wins, for real. Like, this is a great collab. The free-to-play progression is great. The balance changes are fantastic. We didn't even get to talk about new hyperchargers or skins yet, which I will be showing in another video. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you turn on the notification bell as well, or you might miss the video. YouTube doesn't send you a notification if you just subscribe. And of course, make sure you use code Kairos in the Brawl Stars shop for all your purchases, because you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.